The Nueces County Animal Services needs your help ahead of this major cold wave. Right now, they're in need of blankets and beds for dogs and cats. They say any donation is appreciated there, even toys and dog food, but blankets and bedding most needed right now. And they've run a little low on supplies and they want to make sure that they're prepared.
They make sure that the kennels are clean, everything is well stocked, and most importantly, that the animals are kept comfortable.
Listen, if you'd like to help out, you can stop by their location. It's located at 4540 FM 892. That's over in Robstown. They are taking donations until tomorrow at 3 p.m. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. is the cutoff. And you can also text the number that you see right there on your screen if you'd like someone to pick up your donation. That number, 410-608-2195.
Now we have more reminders. AAA Texas wants you to make sure your home is ready for the cold weather. And here's what you can do right now before temperatures drop even more. Now first, remove hoses from exterior faucets. Check your weather stripping around windows and doors, vents and fans, plumbing, air conditioners, and electrical and gas lines. Let faucets drip slowly to prevent freezing pipes and wrap outside pipes with insulation. Open kitchen and bathroom cabinet doors to let warm air to circulate around those pipes, and in case of an emergency, know where your water shutoff valve is so you can turn it off quickly.
For everything you need to know ahead of this cold blast coming to us and how to prepare, just head to our website, kristv.com. You can also pull out your smartphone right now, scan that QR code that you see right there, and it's going to take you directly to the page you need.
We have continuing coverage on the Supreme Court's pause of Title 42, which allows the government to turn away asylum seekers. The Biden administration is asking the High Court to delay its expiration until after Christmas, acknowledging the end of Title 42 will likely lead to unlawful border crossings. In the meantime, there are still questions as to what could come next. The Supreme Court could choose to let Title 42 expire here in just a few days, or the High Court could choose to study this challenge submitted by the GOP-led states for the next few weeks and/or months.
He's been locked up for at least 6 years. Now the man connected to a murder in 2017 has new representation. We're talking about Joseph Tejeda. He is charged in the death of Brianna Wood. Attorneys Eric Perkins and Jared Perkins have been named his new attorneys. We told you earlier this month Tejeda asked for new attorneys while in court for an additional charge of engaging in organized criminal activity. No word tonight on whether or not Tejeda's new representation could delay the case from going to trial. Another hearing is set for January 6th.
Repairs and inspections are now underway for the Yorktown Mud Bridge. City officials say they are sending a request to TxDOT asking them to speed up the construction process. This is so repairs do not continue delaying accessibility to drivers. As of now, the city's public works engineer Ernesto de la Garza says the extent of the damages are still being mapped out.
Having had a discussion with our structural engineer this morning, he did find a considerable more amount of issues with the pilings underneath the bridge that raises concern as to our timeline. But based off of those findings, our concern is we're going to go in there with repairs, maintenance repairs for the issues that we're finding to the point where it's cost prohibitive.
Now, TxDOT inspects the bridge every 2 years, so with the recent damage, we're told officials are taking a closer look at what may have actually caused the issue. For now, the city says it's waiting on TxDOT to finalize their findings before moving forward with construction.
The holidays bringing us all good stuff you can eat, right? Yeah, well, just like everyone else, you may want to indulge a bit. Up next, we're going to share some tips if you want to avoid that unwanted weight gain.
And later, Christmas coming early for some local students in Corpus Christi. We'll take you there. Thanks for watching KRIS 6 News at 5. All right, folks, let's face it. We all tend to overindulge over the holidays, right? But guess what? There are ways to enjoy the season without putting on any unwanted weight. Mandy Gaither shares us some tips on how you can avoid that holiday weight gain.
From holiday treats to carbs and casseroles, extra calories can be the gift that keeps on giving.
People can put on anywhere from 0.8 to 3.3 pounds in the holiday from mid-November until mid-January.
Health and fitness expert Joey Thurman says there are ways to maintain your weight this holiday season. Start with slowing down while you eat.
That starts with looking at your food, cooking your food, smelling your food. So right there, you start to just produce those digestive enzymes in your mouth and in your body, so you can start breaking down the food.
Thurman says to give yourself some grace, allow yourself the foods you've been craving, but prepare for it.
Few days ahead of time, think about cutting down your calories a little bit, whether you're weighing your food or just being mindful of your portion size. Try to have protein first, then your veggies and things that are fibrous that fill you up.
Thurman says to try exercise snacking, a short workout before you eat. A number of scientific studies show that this can lead to gains in fitness and health overall. And after you eat, take a short walk.
Why? Because that's a digestion. It's a prokinetic. So that helps burn the calories. And if it's cold outside, studies have reported that when it's cold and you get that shiver, that increases your metabolic rate because your core temperature has to increase.
And just like every other time of the year, make sure you stay hydrated. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, well, experts also say get plenty of sleep over the holidays because those who are sleep deprived tend to be hungrier and consume more calories than those who are getting the proper amount of Z's.
That's me. All that winter weather will be hitting at the peak of the busiest holiday travel season of the year. AAA estimates nearly 113 million people will travel 50 miles or more for the holidays this year. Their busiest travel day will be Friday. We checked out the Corpus Christi International Airport today. There you see it's not too busy right now, but that will change in the coming days. Travel forecasters expected this to be the busiest holiday travel season since the pandemic started. People just want to get out, right? Absolutely. Speaking of which, time now to take a look at the roadways.
Yeah, Dale Nelson is standing by with the latest on how traffic is flowing this afternoon.
SPID looks good, as you can see there, no problems. We go over to Commodores and Park Road 22 and looks pretty good there at the light, not too bad. And you can see all the way out to the causeway. They're doing a little work, but they've been doing that now off and on for most of this year, except for during hurricane season. So a big chunk of it was left out. SPID looks good, except the crosstown flyover. Saratoga slow, of course. And the crossroads here are slow too, especially South Staples Street, of course, Everhart and Weber. And the downtown area looks pretty quiet. Now our drive times is TxDOT's reporting the roads closed downtown to the island. That's not true. Let's take a look at our Snoopy cam, and you can see traffic going over the JFK Causeway. And then 11 minutes downtown to Portland, 15 downtown to Cal Allen. The complete weather forecast, whether or not, it's coming up next.
Now, your Chris 6 weather forecast.
All right, welcome back. Here we go. We did see a few breaks in the overcast looking south earlier, although most areas of the coastal bend stayed cloudy all day. We had the same high as yesterday at 59 degrees, overnight low 48. The difference, it's the wind. It's only blowing at 8 miles an hour right now. We're down to 54 degrees with cloudy skies, and temperatures are mainly in the 50s across the area, a few 60s down to the south, but overall it is somewhere between cool and chilly. These clouds will continue to move quickly across the area, and we'll see breaks in the overcast later tonight, and especially during the day tomorrow, so no moisture for this front to work through or with, so when it comes through, it's going to be dry. It's right up here approaching Denver, Colorado, over to just south of Omaha, Nebraska. So the Arctic invasion is underway across the northern plains. It'll be into the Panhandle in the morning. Well, we'll be near 70 degrees here tomorrow afternoon, and then the front hits, and on Friday morning we'll be down below freezing. As you can see, the freeze line south of us right there in purple. There it is way south of us down into the valley on Saturday, and then we'll see Sunday, Christmas Day, the freeze line is right over us. Then the Arctic air eventually retreats back up into eastern Canada, and 70s move back into the region by the end of next week, just in time for New Year's Eve. So the overall extension of how long it's going to stay below freezing, about 18 hours from Friday night through late Saturday afternoon. So watch out for that. It's going to be easily the coldest of the year, and it's the first Arctic front that we've seen and since the front that we had back in 2021 in February. So Thursday night, to sum it up, the temperature drops about 50 degrees. That's tomorrow night. Hard freeze. Protect everything: plants, pets, people, and pipes. You need to do the pets always, but you need to do the plants now, and you need to do the pipes now before things get pretty nasty in a little less than 24 hours. Dangerously cold wind chills in the single digits to teens. Wow. And no precipitation with this to speak of, so it's coming through dry, unlike what we had back in 2021. We've got a plethora of weather alerts, but the bottom line is a wind chill warning is out, a hard freeze warning is out, along with a gale warning in our offshore waters, coastal flood advisory, and wind advisory. That pretty well sums it up. It's going to be cold. Way colder than it should be, and way colder than we're used to. Calm winds, though, in the morning look good. Light winds in the afternoon. Notice this out of the southwest.